2026 Public Special Board Meeting of the Halton District School Board. These meetings are open to the public so that all can see and hear our deliberations and how each trustee votes on the business before us in an open and transparent manner. I would like to extend a special welcome to our guests, both in person and online. We are happy to have you join us this evening. I will start with the roll call. Vice Chair Oliver.
Good evening, everyone.
Trustee Ahmed.
Good evening, Chair.
Trustee Baxter.
Good evening.
Trustee Bryden.
Good evening.
Trustee Daniele.
Thank you, I'm here.
Trustee Gray.
Hello.
Trustee Horn.
Good evening.
Trustee Rocha.
Good evening.
Trustee Wibbenhorst.
Good evening.
Trustee Zhang.
Good evening.
Student Trustee Ho.
Good evening.
And Student Trustee Shu.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. Director Ennis, would you please let us know which staff are in attendance this evening?
Thank you so much, Chair Collard, and good evening, everyone. We have a full complement of staff here to support tonight's meeting.
Thank you very much. And tonight, Student Trustee Ho will be honoring the land.
We begin by acknowledging the land and our responsibility to care for and respect all that provides us with life. This land upon which HDSB is situated is on the ancestral, treaty, and title lands of the Anishinaabe Ojibwe-Mississauga Nation, now known as the Mississauga of the Credit. Mississauga territory in the past and present continue to host both Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. The HDSB is committed to continuous knowledge building with respect to actions that address and resolve the ongoing impacts of colonialism. We do this by learning and understanding the true history, treaty obligations, duties and responsibilities, and Indigenous rights, while actively maintaining mutually beneficial relationships and collectively respecting and caring for the land.
Thank you. Now we are up to item 1.3, approval of the agenda. And since this is a special board meeting, there will be no opportunities to adjust the agenda for tonight. Trustee Zhang, would you make a motion to approve the agenda?
Yes, please.
Trustee Gray, would you like to second this motion?
Yes, I will.
Are there any objections to approving the agenda as amended? Seeing none, the agenda is approved by unanimous consent. Item number 2.0, are there any declarations of possible conflict of interest for this evening's agenda? Seeing none, we are now up to Section 3, Delegations Presentations to the Board, and we will start off with our Inspire Awards. I'll pass the gavel to Trustees Horn and Oliver, the co-chairs of the Inspire Awards, to preside over this evening's awards.
Good evening, everyone. Each month, the HDSB trustees take a moment at the beginning of our board meeting to honor those unsung heroes who give so much to the HDSB. The Inspire Award is intended to recognize those individuals who go above and beyond to support students in the Halton District School Board. This award is given to an individual or group who supported students and their achievement through exemplary caring, initiative, innovation, and creativity. Here tonight, we will honor 11 recipients of this award. In addition, there are 5 recipients who will be honored and presented with the Inspire Award at their own school by their local trustee. Trustee Horn, my co-chair for the Inspire Awards, will assist with reading out the nominations. And to begin, I invite Trustee Wibbenhorst to present the Inspire Award to Tracy Beck, secondary teacher at White Oak Secondary School. Tracy is a truly dedicated educator at White Oaks who consistently prioritizes student success and well-being. From dedicating her time to provide academic support for students to guiding families through crucial post-secondary applications, she ensures that every student feels supported both inside and outside the classroom. Beyond her academic devotion, Tracy is a driving force for philanthropy and well-being, leading numerous student committees, community service clubs, and wellness initiatives that develop community connection and civic responsibility within the school community. Tracy's lasting legacy is evident in the school spaces she has established and the nurturing and enduring decades-long relationships she maintains with alumni, making her truly inspiring. Congratulations, Tracy.
Okay, next up we would call Sarah Cunningham from Aldershot High School, and Trustee Broaden will give the award. Sarah, you have been, here I am. You have been recognized as an encouraging educator who goes above and beyond to support your students' creativity and individual growth. Being nominated by one of your students, you create a welcoming and inspiring environment where students are empowered to be creative, design at their own pace, and bring their personal visions to life, such as creating, I'm gonna try to get this without tripping on my tongue, custom cookie cutters and crafting thoughtful Christmas presents. By offering valuable suggestions and sharing ideas that spark a genuine passion for design, you have equipped your students with highly practical job-related skills. Your dedication makes students feel genuinely valued, leaving them excited to attend your class, eager to recommend her or you to their peers and enthusiastic to learn again from you in the future. Sarah, congratulations.
I'll invite Trustee Carol Baxter to present the award to Michael Ecking, student at T.A. Blakelock High School. Michael has consistently exceeded the expectations of a student leader through his exceptional dedication to mentorship and community engagement within the Blakelock and HDSB community. As a standout presenter for the HDSB's Exploring Us initiative, Michael partnered with HDSB grad coaches to deliver inspiring lessons to elementary students. He served as a powerful role model by sharing his talents as a flutist, both in film performances shared with elementary students and through live performances. Beyond his artistic contributions, Michael has become a role model for future student leaders, and his profound impact will be felt for years to come. He has positively transformed the school community, inspired his peers to find their voices, and created a space where every student feels a genuine sense of belonging. Congratulations, Michael.
Yep. Okay, I'm now going to ask the Stewarttown Elementary to Secondary Transition Team to come forward, and that includes Agnes Arazo, Jane Jolly, Catherine Morris, and Trevor Wright Dykstra. Come on up. And Trustee Gray will be presenting to you. Well, what a team. The Stewarttown Elementary to Secondary Transition Team exemplifies the profound impact of deeply collaborative education by paving a supportive pathway for a student with special educational needs entering high school. This dedicated team creatively orchestrated multiple high school interactions, such as coordinating specialized visits and assisting at the track and field day to support the student in this major milestone. By bringing together a network of professionals, you have ensured that the students' needs were met and the family felt genuinely supported every step of the way. Through very frequent collaborative communication, you have navigated complexities alongside the family. In doing so, you have inspired young students to feel the excitement for the future, proving that true dedication can transform the educational experience for families when they need it the most. Congratulations, team.
I'll invite Trustee Robbie Bryden to present the award to Melissa Hickey, secondary teacher at Aldershot High School. As a spectacular student success lead and educator at Aldershot, Melissa has left an inspiring mark on her entire school community through her extraordinary dedication, leadership, and compassion. From guiding vital academic support sessions to championing numerous school-wide community and well-being initiatives, Melissa has dedicated hours to establish an exceptional framework for student achievement. Her profound impact is illustrated in her grade 12 English classroom, where she famously unlocked a love for reading and a sense of profound capability of students. Through her meticulous guidance, clear expectations, and deeply relatable teaching style, Melissa has instilled a lifelong love of learning. While staff and students are heartbroken to see her move to teach elsewhere in the board, Melissa's impact on Aldershot will inspire the community for years to come. Congratulations, Melissa.
Okay, I'd like to now call Tanya Jurychuk from Frontenac Public School to come forward, and Chair Collard will be presenting this award. Tanya, officially or affectionately known as Mrs. J. You are an exceptional educator who consistently goes above and beyond to create a fun and supportive environment for your students. Known for your innovative teaching styles, memorable hands-on experiments, and positive attitude, you ensure that learning always is engaging and no student ever felt left behind. Your dedication extends far beyond the classroom. You are the driving force behind the school's extracurricular life, volunteering your breaks and evenings to lead everything from the track and field and cricket teams to launching the VEX robotics program, where you inspire teamwork and a passion for overcoming challenges. By prioritizing student well-being and providing valuable resources for the future, you have created a safe space where students feel supported and a genuine sense of belonging. Mrs. J, your kindness, patience, and compassion have left a lasting positive impact on your students that will be carried with them for the rest of their lives. Congratulations.
And now I invite Trustee Margot Horn to present the award to Tori Brighton, Shannon Puma, and Christine Rachel, the K-2 kindergarten team from John T. Tug Public School. The K-2 kindergarten team at John T. Tuck consistently goes above and beyond to create an exemplary student-centered learning environment that inspires our lifelong love of learning. This remarkable team utilizes an innovative, inquiry-based approach where student curiosity drives learning, resulting in a highly engaging classroom. Their commitment to outdoor education is exceptional. Through eagerly anticipated initiatives like Creekside Tuesdays and Forest Fridays, they beautifully blend nature-based learning and academic fundamentals, building resilience, motor skills, and environmental stewardship. The team excels at recognizing each student's individual education journey by thoughtfully tailoring discussions to support student-specific interests. They ensure every student feels supported and excited to learn, leaving a lasting impact on our youngest learners. Congratulations, team.
Okay, I'd now like to call on Farah Kulicki. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Yes, Awesome. From Bruce Trail Public School, Trustee Daniele will be presenting this award. Farah, as the food program lead at Bruce Trail, you have demonstrated exceptional dedication and leadership by building on an incredible daily food program from the ground up. You have managed critical relationships with local vendors to ensure healthy, affordable options while leading a highly trained team of volunteers through streamlined operating procedures and active communication that will benefit the school for years to come. Families constantly rave about the program's variety and its positive impact on students' well-being, and the school community deeply appreciates the important fundraising it generates. Farah, your energy shines during school drop-offs and pickups, where you actively welcome and inspire new parents to get involved. The incredible success of this program is thanks to your commitment, making you truly deserving of this Inspire Award. Farah, congratulations.
And while Trustee Daniele is up, I will ask Sarah Zylstra, volunteer with Bruce Trail Public School, to please come to the front to receive her Inspire Award. Sarah has been an active and inspiring member of the Bruce Trail community since her children first started at the school, consistently going above and beyond by offering her professional skills to elevate the student and educator experience. From happily crafting mud kitchens for kindergarten classes and organizing a massive Lego club to assembling elaborate props, backdrops, and costumes for school musicals, her consistent dedication spans countless hours. As an active school council member, she inspires new parents to get involved, empowers educators to tackle daunting projects, and her steadfast support and encourages students to explore careers in the trades. Her unwavering willingness to step in wherever needed builds a deeply positive school environment, leaving a lasting, multiplying impact that truly embodies the spirit of the Inspire Award. Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you. I'll now ask Vina Mann from Montclair Public School to come forward, please, and Trustee Wubenhorst will be presenting the award. Sneaky. Vina, you are a true example of care and dedication who has created a monumental and lasting impact within your school community. You have been an incredible source of support for countless families, particularly guiding students with special educational needs by securing classroom supports and creating a safe space for students. From providing essential academic support, such as successfully recommending students for a specialized program, to offering gentle guidance, you consistently ensure that every student feels supported and capable of a bright future. By actively encouraging parents and advocating for students, you embody the very spirit of the Inspire Award through your profound impact on the lives and futures of both students and families. Vina, congratulations.
And now I invite Trustee Shini Zhang to present the Inspire Award to Abby Wilkinson, student at Dr. Frank J. Hayden Secondary School. Demonstrating exceptional leadership, compassion, and a strong commitment to supporting others, Grade 12 student Abby is a truly deserving recipient of the HDSB Inspire Award. Abby has spent her high school career building a welcoming environment at Dr. Hayden Secondary School through her active involvement in student council, the Hayden Hype Crew, and as a dedicated 4-year member and captain of the school dance team. From guiding grade 9 students through orientation to helping organize the school's first Relay for Life fundraiser, she consistently models what it means to lead with purpose and kindness while maintaining honor roll academic distinction. Her profound impact extends well beyond the school walls. Drawing on her lifelong passion for dance, Abby orchestrated a major charity event involving 6 Halton high schools, raising over $1,000 and collecting 5 large bins of donated dance attire. Abby's legacy of community-minded action has directly impacted her younger sister to step into leadership roles next year within the Hype Crew and the dance team to carry these meaningful initiatives forward. This fall, Abby will bring her remarkable dedication to Western University, where she plans to pursue a degree in psychology and continue her legacy of care and community. Congratulations, Abby.
And just quickly, I want to note that we have a family affair here because Abby's mother is a previous Inspire Award winner. So it's really wonderful that we have 2 Inspire Award winners in the same family. What an amazing way to end. So we have been able to celebrate 11 wonderful people or groups of people and recognize the amazing contributions they have made. We also are going to be able to visit 5 winners within their school communities, and that includes Brody's teaching team from Chris Hatfield Public School, Julie Fuentes at Brookfield Public School, Ashley McIntyre from Milton District High School, Tina McVitie from Alton Village Primary School, and Brianna Vietz from Milton District High School. So this is the last Inspire Award ceremony of this year. So you now have all of the summer months to start to think about what amazing people you have seen within the Halton District School Board community. I challenge you to get out there and help shine a light on these wonderful people who inspire our children and our families to succeed and grow within Halton. Nominate someone today, tomorrow, over the summertime, or in September. You can do so by going to the HDSB website and you will find the nomination form there. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming out.
Thank you very much. That was a really wonderful group of people that we just celebrated. And now we will move on to the student trustee report. Student trustees Ho and Shu, please go ahead when you're ready.
Through you, Chair. Good evening, HDSB superintendents, trustees, staff, and viewers. I'm Student Trustee Shu, and Trustee Ho and I are excited to share our final student trustee report for the 2025 to 2026 school year. It has been such an incredible year, and we would love to end my first term and Trustee Ho's second term by sharing a summary of everything we had the opportunity to collaborate on and accomplish this year.
Let's start off with the Student Senate. This year, we sure accomplished a lot, both building off of historic accomplishments and changes that were put in place during my first term last year, as well as new initiatives that we believe benefited the Senate for the better. First, this past year was the first year we implemented Student Senate co-chairs, which are 2 students who have been appointed by Senate staff to help with the operational side of Senate meetings. This change has been adopted into our Student Senate Constitution last year, and Trustee Shu and I are proud to say that this role has been very successful in helping our Senate run more smoothly. We will be continuing with selecting our next Student Senate co-chairs this coming week.
Additionally, in looking to expand Student Senate's role in their own student councils, we held our first Student Council and Senate collaboration meetings, with our Senate regional directors meeting with the Student Council presidents of HDSB secondary schools to discuss issues they have noticed in terms of student governance and how student voice can be better leveraged on both the school and the board level.
Another highlight of our year was the implementation of workshops led by our Student Senate subcommittees. We had a total of 6 40-minute long workshops that were presented at our last 3 Senate meetings, where student senators from grades as young as grade 7 presented interactive workshops in correspondence with their multi-year strategic plan commitments. We had very fun and educational activities led by students, such as a Jeopardy on mental health, a Four Corners debate about sustainability and youth's role in environmental advocacy, and many more. We implemented these ideas last year to promote a more intra-Senate learning and collaboration focus, and these workshops really did just that. Trustee Xu and I are excited to see how such workshops can continue to grow in impact during the next terms.
The final point we want to mention was regarding our very successful student-led conference, Halton Youth Leadership Symposium, which took place towards the end of May. We previously went over the incredible collaboration that took place in making this event possible in our previous board meeting, but I wanted to once again shout out to all of our Student Senate leaders whose leadership does not go unnoticed.
Through it all, I would like to say that leading Student Senate has been one of, if not the most gratifying and fulfilling parts of this position. I would like to extend a huge thank you on behalf of both of us to our Student Senate staff mentors, to our Student Senate executive team, and to all the grades 7 to 12 students who continue to be courageous in fighting for student voice and upholding the qualities of an excellent student leader and in always showing up. I am so grateful to have been a part of the best Student Senate in all of Ontario over the past 2 years.
Definitely agree on that. Furthermore, at the start of the year, we set our goal to improve the hygiene and vandalization of washroom facilities across schools within the Halton District School Board. Throughout the past year, we worked towards this goal through a board-wide washroom campaign launched with the help of our Student Senate. The campaign encompassed a 3-piece action plan, including data collection across Halton School to analyze the effectiveness in the campaign and trends seen within each school, a multimedia competition that received over 180 submissions by students to raise awareness and promote positive behavior in shared school spaces, and the functioning QR code reporting system between students and administrators, which is now set up at 2 school locations.
The end goal of this campaign was to ensure that students can feel safe and comfortable accessing fundamental facilities such as washrooms during school hours. We believe that our work this year established a good starting point in addressing such issues. Next year, we will continue to take actions to further address this problem through more widespread implementation of an effective reporting system, data analytics, fundraisers, and more to restore washroom cleanliness and inhibit vandalism.
In the 2025 to 2026 school year, senators representing the Student Senate and student trustees had the chance to delegate at the Town of Oakville Special Council meeting. A speech was made to urge the town to continue to keep free transit available for students as part of the town's 2026 budget. Our senators, alongside many other students, were present to share their views at this meeting, which ultimately resulted in the town keeping free transit available for students, showing the importance that student voice and student advocacy holds. In the upcoming school year, we aspire to continue advocating for more accessible transportation for Halton students, particularly those residing in Burlington and Milton, to support their education.
Next up, our Student Senate worked incredibly hard to continue collaborating with the Halton Learning Foundation. Through fundraising efforts at their own schools, we raised around $16,000 from the Senate alone during HLF month, contributing to a total of nearly $40,000 raised. $40,000 raised in total to help students in need access the education experiences that they deserve. We are so looking forward to working with HLF in the coming years and reach new fundraising heights. In this, I also want to highlight the amazing work that has been done this year through the HDSB Junior Council, in which Trustee Xu and I were also given the privilege of running. Beyond raising over $500 in fundraising during HLF, we were able to take part in fostering future student leaders within our 30 grade 5 and 6 students. All of which, upon a show of hands at one of our meetings this year, are interested in joining the Student Senate in the next few years, and many of which who hope to even run for student trustee someday.
As part of OSTA ECO, the Ontario Student Trustees Association, Trustee Ho and I had the chance to connect with student trustees across the province and contribute meaningfully to the organization's advocacy for students at the provincial level. This is primarily reflected in the statements OSTA has put out in regards to board supervisions, Bill 33 and Bill 101. Looking ahead, we aspire to continue putting Halton students' perspectives in these provincial statements, advocating for over 2 million students from Ontario's 72 public school boards during this vital period of change for education in Ontario.
Although we do not want to spoil what we have in store for next year, Trustee Hsu and I, alongside our incoming student trustee Melody Liu, have been brainstorming how we can take what we have accomplished this year as student trustees and co-chairs of the Student Senate and extend it to reach new heights. Some ideas we can say include continuing to strengthen relationships with student councils and even integrate student senators into student councils to have a more democratic say in their student governments, work towards a washroom report from the data collected through our QR codes to present at a future board meeting, create a sports equipment library to expand extracurricular and exercise accessibility across the board, and continue to uplift students, of course, both in the HDSB and across the province.
For some final thoughts, looking back, this has simply been an incredible year. There were many highlights as mentioned, while there were also many unfinished goals that we will continue to work on. There were many unprecedented changes that occurred, many excellent initiatives that we continued, and inevitably many exploration and trial and errors that had to be done. Now that we have another year of experience and valuable lessons learned in store, we're confident to head into the 2026 to 2027 school year and make it the strongest year of student advocacy and improvements in student lives yet at the board level and beyond.
Throughout my time as a student trustee, I have spoken at more than 12 HSB board meetings, attended and hosted 12 student senate meetings, and collaborated with more incredible people that I would have never thought I would know, let alone be able to work with on such a personal level. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of my mentors and all the senior staff here today, especially my student trustee mentors, Vice Chair Oliver and Chair Collard. Thank you, HDSB, for always hearing my voice and supporting us in whatever crazy initiatives that we have put out there. I have grown up in the HDSB since I was 4 years old, and it feels so full circle to be able to give back to my peers and those who are coming into this education system at the most wonderful board I could ever wish for. We truly thank everyone for your amazing support in making our work this year possible. Thank you, and this concludes our report.
Well, this is the last student trustee report that we will be receiving from Trustee Ho, and Trustee Hsu has all of next year to continue. So we have a couple of things for you to do over the summer, and I'm going to let Trustee Oliver, Vice Chair Oliver, present you with a couple of things.
Okay, thank you. Caitlin and Jay, it was truly a great pleasure for Chair Collard and I to be your student trustee mentors during the course of this year. You stepped into your roles with great enthusiasm and made sure that you considered student perspective in all that you did. You're able to work out your collaborative processes and share the many responsibilities that come with your role as student trustees and as Senate and Junior Council leaders. You worked through new processes and provided mentorship to younger students. You network well with staff to capitalize on their various expertise in order to support the work of the Senate and its various subcommittees. And you did a great job keeping the entire student body engaged and aware of your projects and initiatives through your social media engagement and HDSB videos. Your mental health days advocacy and initiative and your washroom campaign will remain a legacy for future student leaders to champion. Jay, we look forward to working with you next year as you begin your second term. We look forward to your continuing passion and enthusiasm as you continue to represent student voice and advocate for students across all of the HDSB. And Caitlin, we wish you all the very best as you head out to study at Harvard. We have no doubts that you will be successful there and will take every opportunity to get the most out of your experience. Please do stay in touch and let us know what you're up to and what career you eventually decide to pursue. And I personally hope that you will keep up with your dancing, as you are truly a very talented and beautiful dancer. Congratulations to you both on a successful year, and thank you for representing and advocating for HDSB students. We wish you and all our students a very happy and healthy summer. Thank you. Okay, are there any questions for our student trustees about their report this evening? Seeing none, thank you very much, Trustees Ho and Shu. We are now up to section 4, the consent agenda. For approval, we have the Halton District School Board meeting minutes from June the 2nd, 2026. And for receipt, we have the quarterly capital report and the long-term accommodation plan final release. We also have 3 items of correspondence to the board. Be it resolved that the board approve the consent agenda and receive the information items for June 16, 2026. Trustee Daniele, would you make a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Yes, I will.
Trustee Wobenhorst, would you second this motion?
Yes, I will.
Are there any items that need to be pulled for discussion? Seeing none, the consent agenda is approved by unanimous consent. We are now up to section 5, items for ratification action for June 16, 2026. The first is the fundraising policy, and I would like to ask Superintendent Ngoy to please come to the presentation desk, unless she wants to do it from there. Okay, yep. And we'll get the motion on the floor. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees adopt the revised fundraising policy and that all prior versions be revoked. Trustee Bryden, would you move this motion?
Yes.
Trustee Zhang, would you second this motion?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Please proceed, Superintendent Ngoy.
The report is before you. The only change is in the guidance principle 4.5, where we have clarified the communication, clear and transparent communication with parents. No other changes have been made since our last report. Thank you.
I'm not seeing anyone on the speakers list, so could we please have the vote? Trustees Ho and Shu, by raising hands. Are you in support? Thank you.
My e-scribe is not working, so I vote in favor.
Okay, thank you. And Naveed is also, no, yes, Trustee Ahmed is also in favor. And that passes unanimously. Thank you very much. And we will now move on to the 2026-2027 budget, report 26054. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve the 2026-2027 Halton District School Board PSAB operating budget in the amount of $965,645,$965,645,034, and that the Superintendent of Business Services and Treasurer be authorized to proceed with the expenditure of funds as outlined in Appendix B. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve the 2026-2027 Halton District School Board PSAB capital budget in the amount of $128,839,554, and that the Superintendent of Business Services and Treasurer be authorized to proceed with the expenditure of funds as outlined in Appendix C. Be it resolved that the Halton District School Board authorize staff to tender and award the 2026-2027 facility services projects, operations, and maintenance, either individually or combined, as outlined in Appendix F. Trustee Gray, would you move this motion?
Yes, I would.
Trustee Daniele, would you second this motion?
Yes, I would.
Superintendent Ngoy, would you like to speak to this report?
Thank you. And for the chair, the report is, the budget is before you. It is a balanced budget. There are no changes to the amount or the financial position from the prior draft budget. I do want to mention there is one correction in Appendixes D and E. They have been revised just in terms of a reallocation for the categories of a couple of employee groups, but the total FTE amount, the total dollar amount, everything stays the same. So it was just a correction in the mapping for employees. And with that, we do have one new appendix, I should say. It's Appendix G, which is our budget working book, which is the operating and capital budget, and it contains further breakdown of the various categories of expenses. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Not showing on my screen, but I see it on the big screen. And Trustee Horn?
Thank you, through you, Chair. I'm not sure this is for you, Trustee Ngoy, Superintendent Ngoy. Again, every year we come here to the final stages of budget and we look at how creative we've been to try to make as much as we possibly can with the limited funding that we are given. You look at all of the, again, I'm looking here at the breakdown of pieces, which talks about what we are using money for. But what my question is what are we losing? So what types of things is it that this reduced amount of spending that is coming from the government is causing us to not have access to anymore? And I don't know if that's a question for you, or it might be for Director Ennis or somebody who has a portfolio in this area. Thank you.
Thank you. Through the chair, Superintendent Ngoy, go ahead.
Thank you for the question. We are having a number of savings and efficiencies. So there's a reduction of over 100 staff overall. We are playing a little bit of a catch-up in terms of a student decline over the last 3 years as well. So in part is responding to fewer students and fewer supports required. There are changes throughout every area of the budget. Every area was tasked with finding savings and efficiencies and have identified. Mostly we were focusing on outside of staffing as to the extent that we could. And then within staffing, we were looking at how we can minimize the impact to students. So there are implications in terms of looking at demand for certain viability of certain programs that have shrinked if the demand is not there. Looking at class sizes for certain self-contained programs, being very efficient with the class size ratio that is mandated. And fewer supports in terms of the central teaching and professional, paraprofessional supports.
So again, if I can just follow up, I see you have time left. So looking at, we talk about efficiencies and savings. So those are kind of the nice words to be used in when we're looking at cuts and deficits that it's creating for our school board. I am really concerned specifically when you speak about the increased class sizes for special education, looking at how we are losing support for students who are in most need of support. So I don't know that there's a question here, but it's just a comment that, again, every year, as I say, we keep getting creative, and I keep saying by approving a budget, all we're saying to our ministry is we can be creative, we can work with this cut funds. And I worry that, again, this year, by approving this, that's the message that we're sending. And that, again, worries me, because every year we come to the same point and I say the same things. And I just worry by saying, yeah, that's okay. All we're doing is say, let's try again next year and let's do it with less. And I find that really hard. So I just want to make that as a comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to Trustee Baxter.
Thank you, through the chair. Thank you for this report and all the hard work that's gone into creating the budget this year. I know in previous years we've talked about that this board overspends on special education versus what we are funded for. And I'm just wondering, is that the case this year?
Thank you for the chair. To Trustee Baxter, yes, we still have costs in excess of funding for special education going into next year.
So with the chair's permission, I don't know if this is the right time, I'd like to propose a motion from the floor that the chair write a letter on behalf of the Board of Trustees to the Minister of Education to formally advocate for increased and sustainable funding for special education.
Thank you for that motion. Is there a seconder? Trustee Gray, we do not require to waive the rules since this is adjacent to a motion that's already on the floor. But because we already have a motion on the floor, we will deal with that motion first and then come back to this one. Did you wish to speak, have a follow-up question? Okay, I'll move on to Trustee Rocha.
Through you, Chair. There's one question I have. It does show up multiple times on the report, but more specifically, page 96, if you want to look at it. We have, or there is a budget of $317,000 for trustees, down from $362,000 this year. And I'm wondering why the amount is so high, considering Bill 101 is proposing that honoraria is capped at $10,000. So when I try to do the math in my head, that number should be maybe $200,000 less. So I'm wondering if you can elaborate as to how the 317 is there.
My apologies. I'm trying to find that page in eScribe, which is a little different. Is it within the
Appendix B1?
Appendix B1.
B? Yeah. It would be page 2 of Appendix B.
So in this budget, because the funding has not changed to match Bill 101, we have to match expenses and revenue. So our revenue comes in the same as this year. So we are keeping so there's an expense level, for example, for the honoraria is the same, the calculation, what is being provided. There's the same for a allocation of $5,000 per trustee for an individual budget. All of that, it's funding. So it's a bottom line net zero. When that changes, you will see the impact and the reduction in revised budget. So they first have to pass the legislation and then they will adjust funding. So the requirement for this point in time is to match it to what the funding formula is being provided.
Okay, thank you.
Trustee Bryden.
Thank you. You spoke a moment ago about the reduction in staff positions being a mix of enrollment and changes to enrollment and reductions. And I wanted to clarify from this budget that we're looking at a net change of 20 positions lost due to enrollment decline, and 82 positions lost due to funding restrictions and needing to balance our budget this year. And so that when we're talking about what the reductions are, it's primarily to balance the budget and not enrollment change that's driving what's going on here. I wanted to follow up on Trustee Baxter's question, and I heard that we are now at about 2 million expenditure above the special ed allocation. Is that correct? Okay. And that's when we take that in historical reference. I made this mistake looking at the budget. There was $8 million moved into a different portfolio that's still there. We're still funding student well-being. It's just in a different place. So when we think about, hey, we used to be 20 million over budget, now we're 2. It's not an $18 million reduction. It's only a $10 million reduction over the last number of years. This is what we're looking at in what we are no longer doing in special education. And 3.7 of that is in this budget. And that's going to impact students that have special education needs, and that's going to impact students who do not have special education needs, who whose classrooms will not get the support that they need to function correctly. And that is a challenging situation for us to put our staff and our students in, and what we are doing to meet the mandate asked of us to pass a balanced budget this year. I would ask, I know the staff have reviewed this exhaustively, and I would ask if there's an overview of why this balance of reductions is the optimal, and what other things perhaps were considered and we decided, no, that's too important, we're going to keep that, but we're going to need to make these reductions.
Thank you for the question, Trustee Bryden. I would offer that all departments, as Superintendent Ngoy has said, were tasked with finding efficiencies and looking at their budgets, and I believe that they did so with the expertise that they have. And certainly, I wouldn't share the premise that the special education was sort of targeted. We know that special education has a number of efficiencies that Superintendent Ruddock has laid out for us previously through the special education plan that cause us to be in this position where it seems like there is a higher number proportionally. And Superintendent Ruddock, I wonder if you would just lay out a few of those examples for us again.
Thank you. Thank you, Trustee Bryden. I think we worked with SEAC and the Special Education Department to first identify what are the most important areas to protect. What are the resources that are closest to the classroom that are most valued, and educational assistants and our special education resource teachers were at the top of that list, and those two groups are not touched, at least our classroom EAs, as we know we did fold a central team of educational assistants, but our classroom EAs, we protected that complement along with our CERTs. And we also protected the class size of our Community Pathway Elementary and Community Pathway Secondary, or CPP, knowing that those students are really our most vulnerable students in terms of accessing learning in the classroom. We then looked at where can we continue to provide a high level of service while finding efficiencies in staffing. And so we looked at our structured reading coaches, our psychoeducational consultants, our speech and language pathologists, where we have the strength of teams, like 20 psychologists and 20 SLPs remaining and a team of IPLs that can continue to build the fidelity of structured reading across our sites. So we wanted to make sure we can still do the work and provide the service to students. So it's not an elimination of service. And then, of course, we looked at the class sizes to optimize while continuing to deliver the program, but I guess maximizing that resource by increasing class size, and we did that for ARC in particular. We know that we changed the eligibility criteria for gifted learners to really ensure that we were identifying gifted learners. That also resulted in a reduction of self-contained classes for gifted. But the other thing that we are seeing is a decrease in demand for self-contained placements, particularly for ARC, and for KELP and Alpha. So that's our early language intervention. And this is a testament to the work that is happening in our schools with our CERTs and our classroom teachers delivering what we call a tier 3 intervention to learn to read. As you know, reading is the gateway to learning. And so we're seeing less requests for ARC classes. We're seeing less requests for KELP classes. So in part, the FTE reduction is tied to class size, but also in large part, it's because there's fewer demand for those classes, that families are choosing to remain in their home school and get the support kids need in that environment.
Thank you. Trustee Ahmed. Trustee Ahmed. Can you unmute Trustee Ahmed? Okay, we will come back to you. Trustee Horn, second time speakers list.
Thank you again through you, Chair, to Superintendent Nguyen. So my question is, we are looking this year at a balanced budget. In the past, we have had compliant budgets, which mean we have spent more money. We are in a compliant deficit position. Do we have, I'm just wondering, and it sounds weird to me, I'm guessing we've spent less to be balanced versus compliant. Can you kind of talk through why or how we've become balanced for the first time? I want to say it's been 3 years that we've had compliant budgets, maybe? So, whereas this year now we're balanced. So that to me means we have not spent or seen a reason to spend more on students. So I don't know how to phrase my question, but I'm just trying to figure out how are we balanced, whereas in the past we've always been compliant, which to me means we spent more in the past.
Thank you for the chair, and that's an excellent question. The HDSB has had compliant budgets over a number of years, and during a period when we were in a growth situation, those deficits were not structural. They were on purpose, where trustees had decided to spend some of the reserve to complement the services to students for that year. So from a fiscal responsibility and feasibility, it made sense. Over the last 3 years, with the funding changes, with being in a declining enrollment, the landscape has changed from deciding to be in a compliant deficit for things that we can add on and then take away if we need to. So it's more additional complementary support to a structural deficit where we are above what we are funded, and every year it gets worse and worse until, as we saw this year, when we're trying to make up for this year's budget and balance next year's 2 in a row, plus the declining enrollment implications over the 2 years. So it's quite a significant undertaking. The regulation has changed where if a school board is in a compliant deficit 2 years in a deficit, I should say, it could be compliant or non-compliant, 2 years in a row. So first we need an in-year deficit elimination plan that comes with it, where the board in the past had to agree we're going to commit to reduce this and balance. And second, it needed ministry approval. We have received a letter last year, for this current year, I should say, where the minister had approved our deficit budget and has strongly recommended that we balance next year. And, you know, the plan forward that trustees approved was to balance the budget and had a deficit elimination plan that you approved last year as well. So we had to really be careful about meeting those expectations, both in what was tasked from the board, but also what was expected from the ministry. If we have a compliant deficit, and I want to, I didn't mention this in the beginning, but I do want to mention, we do have assumptions that the budget is built on. It's built on information that we currently have and information that we currently don't have, so there's assumptions involved. There is a possibility, we've done the best we could, we did a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of changes, but there's a possibility that depending on what that information is, the revised budget may have a small deficit. I would still say it's a compliant deficit, but there is a chance that we probably had to look even deeper. So with that in mind, it's important that we are fiscally responsible so we don't carry a structural deficit year over year and dig into those reserves, but also because, as you see in the current landscape, school boards that do not try their best to balance their budgets will be put under supervision, and they are balancing the budget one way or another.
Can I follow up? So my question is again, so by approving this budget or not approving this budget, what message are we sending to the ministry?
I can respond to that.
I was going to say, that might not be a question. That might just be a, what's it called? A rhetorical question. Thank you.
If we don't approve the budget, the minister will impose a budget. Moving on to Trustee Gray.
Thank you very much. Oh, just a minute. I'm not sure if these glasses are rose-colored or not, but let me ask this question. Tonight we've had a chance to look at the budget, and we have appreciated all of the extreme measures taken by the staff around this room to assist in arriving at a point where we could balance this year as required to do. My question is this: should, for some reason, our enrollment increase? Should the government decide that there's more funds that they would like to distribute to boards without designation of any kind? How do we determine where we might place those funds? What is the process? Being ever hopeful of that to happen.
Thank you for the question. So first of all, if that happens, we would be looking into where those, so what kind of funding are we receiving? What is it supposed to be focused at? So, and then if there is no designation, certainly where the impact is mostly to students. So is student learning, student well-being, special education? So certainly all those funds would be going back into the classroom. And an increase in enrollment also means increase in staffing that support them. So there's certain class sizes and mandates that we have to look at as well.
Thank you. And that ends our speakers list. So
Trustee Ahmed was still on the list. If you.
Yeah, I'll give you a chance again. There. Oh,
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he unmuted. Thank you.
Yes, please. Thank you. Sorry about that. The baby is with me.
Please go ahead, Trustee Ahmed.
Yes, please. Yes.
I'm sorry, were you voting or were you wanting to speak?
No, I was voting.
A vote, okay, yes. So I am going to call the question. We already have one vote in favor. Let's see how everyone else votes. Thank you. That does carry, but not unanimously. In favor were myself, Trustee Ahmed, Trustee Baxter, Trustee Bryden, Trustee Daniele, Trustee Gray, Trustee Oliver, Trustee Wivenhorst, and Trustee Zhang, and opposed were Trustee Horn and Trustee Rocha. Thank you very much. Now we will move on to the special education plan. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approves the HDSB Special Education Plan 2026-2027. Trustee
Point
Woven.
of order. I
Yeah.
think we have another motion on the floor by Trustee Baxter.
Oh my gosh, you are right. Okay, yes, we do have another motion on the floor. And do you wish to speak to your motion, Trustee Baxter?
Yep, through you, the chair, just to reiterate, what we are asking for, the motion is asking for is for you, the chair, to write a letter on our behalf to the minister to formally advocate for increased and sustainable funding for special education. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And are there any speakers to this? Please by show of hands because it's not on the agenda. Trustee Gray.
I'm sorry. I thought you were calling for a vote. I'm sorry.
Okay. Trustee Bryden.
Thanks. I will note for the public, because we haven't got to the special education plan yet, that there was a minority report from one of our SEAC members that requested the board to take this action.
Yes, and I will say I'm also very much in favor of this. So now we will call the vote. Is it on the system? The seconder was Trustee Gray. And so we will now call the vote. And Trustee Ahmed, are you in favor?
Yes, please. In favor.
Thank you. And the student trustees are in favor? Thank you.
Yeah, so this is the second motion under the budget item. So the header is 2026-27 budget, but this is a second vote, a second motion underneath it. So the vote that pops out on your screen is with respect to the letter.
Thank you. That passed unanimously. Now we will move on to the special education plan. Welcome, Superintendent Ruddock. And the motion reads, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approves the HDSB Special Education Plan 2026-2027. Trustee Wivenhorst, would you please move this motion?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
And Trustee Baxter, would you second?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Superintendent Ruddock, would you like to speak to your report?
Yes, thank you, Chair Collard. I'm pleased to report back that SEAC voted in support of the 26-27 Special Education Plan on Wednesday last week. It was not a unanimous vote in support this year. There were two associations that voted in non-support, the Center for Diverse Learners and the Association for Bright Children. Both associations articulated a concern for the loss of staffing resources to support students with special education needs. And as Trustee Bryden mentioned, the Center for Diverse Learners has submitted a minority report fully outlining their concerns that is appended in the plan. Association for Bright Children was also invited, and I do anticipate a minority report coming shortly, and we'll certainly share that with trustees and append it to the plan once it's received. SEAC does appreciate the fiscal challenges of the board and have been fully engaged in identifying the efficiencies reflected in the plan and captured in the summary of changes that you received with this report. And I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much. I know this was a difficult one to put together, and I appreciate all of the hard work of staff and of the SEAC members to achieve a report that most could support. So looking for speakers. And seeing none, I will call the vote. Trustee Ahmed, are you in favor?
In favor, please.
Thank you. And the student trustees in favor? Yes, thank you. That passes unanimously. Thank you very much. I know that was a difficult one for everyone involved. We will now move on to communications for the board, and under items for information, we have interim operating and capital financial report, September 1, 2025 to May 31, 2026, and I will invite Superintendent Ngoy to speak to this.
Thank you for the chair. This is the third quarter interim report for the operating capital budgets, and I just wanted to mention that although overall we're within the parameters of the percentage spent to date, we have seen a couple of pressure points. Enrollment came below projections by 91 students, and snow removal in particular had doubled in cost than what we had expected. So there was a cold winter, a lot of salting and snow removal, and as a result of those two, we expect to finish the year at about $8 million deficit. It's still a compliant deficit, but it is about 0.9 million higher than budget and 1.3 million higher than the revised estimates. So that's our best guess right now, and I just wanted trustees to be aware. We are, with all my colleagues, we're looking at the remaining budget, and whatever doesn't have to be spent, we're being careful in terms of what we do until the end of the year so that we can have some in-year savings that we couldn't really account for in this report. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you, and hopefully we won't have such a bitter winter this year. I know how expensive that can be. And seeing no speakers, I'd like to thank you very much for your report, and we will now move on to the CEO's report.
Thank you so much, Chair Collard, and good evening once again, everyone. Just want to highlight a few of the wonderful things happening in the Halton District School Board as we have every board meeting. James W. Hill Public School students, they leave their mark on the Brontes waterfront. This spring, 2 designs were created by students in Iwana Culpa's grade 5-6 class at James W. Hill Public School, and they were chosen for the Bronte BIA Muskoka Chair Project, an initiative that brings uniquely painted Muskoka chairs to Bronte's waterfront. What began as a classroom project evolved into a meaningful art installation that will be displayed along the lakeshore for years to come. Congratulations to the students at James W. Hill. HDSB student leaders connect to learn at the Halton Youth Leadership Symposium, where we had more than 80 grade 7 and 8 students from across the district gathered at Viola Desmond Public School May 28th for the annual Halton Youth Leadership Symposium, an evening dedicated to developing leadership skills, fostering community, and creating meaningful connections. And once again, the HSB students continue to shine as we earned 7 gold medal awards, and that's gold awards, at the Music Fest Canada Nationals. Canada's largest annual school music festival with 15 HDSB ensembles competing across elementary and secondary divisions in concert, jazz, string, and vocal. Leading the way was Halton Junior Jazz, a combined ensemble of grade 7 and 8 musicians from 9 HDSB elementary schools, co-directed by Andrew Phillips and Annette Harold, which took gold in the jazz ensemble category. One of the 7 gold medals earned by groups from Emily Carr Public School, M.M. Robinson High School, Abbey Park High School, Oakville Trafalgar High School, Craig Kilberger Secondary School, reflecting the HDSB's continuous commitment to learning, engagement, and achievement in all disciplines. And with that, I would like to turn my attention to honoring a couple of our superintendents who are retiring. Eamon Flahat, who is not with us tonight, after a distinguished 33-year career dedicated to public education, the last 5 with the Halton District School Board, we extend our sincere congratulations to Superintendent Eamon Flahat, who will be retiring at the end of this school year. Eamon has made a lasting contribution to the HDSB, and we extend our sincere appreciation to Eamon for his years of service, his contribution, and his passion. I would also like to acknowledge Dr. Dean Barnes. After a distinguished career of 32 years dedicated to public education, 25 of them with the Halton District School Board, we extend our congratulations to Superintendent Dr. Dean Barnes. And Caitlin, you don't have anything on Dean because he was also a kindergarten student here in Halton. And he'll be retiring at the end of this year. We deeply appreciate Dean's years of service, his leadership, and dedication to students, staff, and families across the HDSB. We particularly want to thank you, Dean, for leading the school mental health and well-being over the last many years that have really put us on a solid footing. So thank you so much for that. His departure will be deeply felt by the system, the structures and the relationships that he's built, and we just want to wish you all the very best in the future. So would you please join me in congratulating both Eamon and Dean on their retirement, wishing them every success in the future. Dean, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you very much, CEO Ennis, Associate Director Petco, fellow superintendents, Chair Collard, Vice Chair Oliver, and the trustees. Words really can't describe how much of an impact the HDSB has had on me. As I retire, I am leaving fulfilled and deeply grateful to have been part of such an amazing organization. Having attended HDSB schools from kindergarten, as has been noted, through to high school, I've had a profound privilege of giving back to my home community as a leader in Halton for the past 25 years, as a vice principal, assistant principal, and superintendent. I've been incredibly fortunate to serve as superintendent student well-being portfolio, something that's so fundamental to the success of students, and one that I've prioritized in my personal life for myself and my family. I'm thankful for the positive relationships and partnerships we have built here. It has been a true honor to work alongside such dedicated professionals in our system. I leave this system incredibly optimistic about the future, and I'm very proud of the work that we have all done and the difference we make in the lives of students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Superintendent Barnes. I just want to say that we are going to miss you very, very much. You're a very quiet, gentle person, and your demeanor around the board table has always been one of respect and attentiveness, and your work will be missed. Thank you very much for everything you've done for education in Halton. Now we move on to the chair's report, and I do not have a report for public session this evening, so we will move on to trustee questions of clarification regarding tonight's agenda. And do we have any questions of clarification regarding the agenda this evening? And I'm seeing none. So now we will need to make a motion to move into private session. Our private meetings are not open to the public pursuant to Education Act 207.2. Trustee Shang, would you make a motion to move into private session, please?
Yes, please.
Trustee Rocha, would you second that motion?
I would.
Thank you very much. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, that passes by unanimous consent, and we are now in private session. Vice Chair Oliver, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. We'll take a 10-minute recess, please.
Okay, we are now in public session. We are at item 8.0, approval of business transacted in committee of the whole private session. Vice Chair Oliver, do we have any business this evening?
We do. We have 6 items to vote on tonight.
Okay, would you please read out the first one?
Okay. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve matters from the Committee of the Whole Board private session agenda respecting personnel matters, private session agenda item 4.1, and I so move.
Trustee Gray, would you second this motion?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any debate? Please cast your votes. Trustee Ahmed?
In favor, please.
Thank you.
I'm in favor, but I don't have a pop-up.
Thank you. That passed unanimously. And the next item?
Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve matters from the Committee of the Whole Board private session respecting personnel matters, private session agenda item 4.2, and I so move.
Trustee Gray, would you second this motion?
Yes, I would.
Thank you. Is there any debate? Seeing none, please cast your votes.
In favor, please.
Thank you, Trustee Ahmed. That was unanimous as well. We will move on to the third motion, please.
Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve matters from the Committee of the Whole Board private session respecting property matters, private session agenda item 4.3, part 1, and I so move.
Trustee Rocha, would you second this motion?
Yes.
Thank you. Is there any debate? Seeing none, please cast your votes.
In favor, please.
Thank you, Trustee Ahmed. That also passed unanimously. Thank you. And the next motion?
Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve matters from the Committee of the Whole Board private session respecting property matters, private session agenda item 4.3, part 2, and I so move.
Trustee Baxter, would you second this motion?
Yes.
Is there any debate? Seeing none, please cast your votes.
In favor, please.
Thank you, Trustee Ahmed. That was also unanimous, and moving on to the fifth motion.
Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve matters from the Committee of the Whole Board private session respecting property matters, private session agenda item 4.3, part 3, and I so move.
Trustee Ahmed, would you second this motion?
Yes, I second that.
Thank you. Is there any debate? Seeing none, please cast your votes.
In favor, please.
Thank you, Trustee Ahmed. That is passed unanimously. And our final motion.
Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve matters from the Committee of the Whole Board private session respecting property matters, private session agenda item 4.3, part 4, and I so move.
Thank you. Trustee Daniele, would you second?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Is there any debate? Seeing none, please cast your votes.
In favor, please.
Thank you, Trustee Ahmed. And that also passes unanimously. We have now reached section 9.0, adjournment, and as our agenda is